Hello everyone, this is Venkatesh Panyam, physics dude. Welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, I'm going to explain the two important concepts. One is called the direction cosines. It is also an application of dot product. And another one is what is Lami's theorem, how it is used to solve the problems. Let us see. First, let me explain what are the direction cosines and what are the applications of it. Let's see. So let me read out the statement. The direction cosines L, comma, M and N of a vector, the cosines of the angles alpha, beta and gamma which a given vector makes with x, comma, y, comma, z axis respectively. Let's see. So what I'll do is I'll take x axis and y axis and then z axis. Remember, these are mutually perpendicular. Now let me consider a vector. This is a vector a bar whose magnitude is a only. Here, let's consider the angle made with the x-axis, say alpha. So what is the component of this in this direction? A cos alpha. This is a cos alpha. Similarly, let us consider angle made by this a bar with y-axis beta. So what is the component here? This is a cos beta. Similarly, let us consider the angle made by the vector with z-axis gamma. What is the component? Similarly, we can take it as a cos gamma. So here I can say that this ax is equal to a cos alpha. Simply ax upon a is equal to cos alpha. Similarly, I can write ay is equal to a cos beta. So ay upon a is cos beta. Similarly, az is equal to, because along z axis, so a cos gamma, simply az upon a is equal to cos gamma. Remember, I said the direction cosines are L and M are the cosine of angles alpha, beta, gamma. So here we take this cos alpha, this cosine alpha as L, and this we take it as M, and this we take it as N. So this L, M are called nothing but direction cosine. So here A bar is actually AXI cap plus AYJ cap plus AZK cap. This is the vector A bar. So what is the magnitude of A? Square root of AX square plus AY square plus AZ square. Now, so let me calculate what is the value of L square plus M square plus N square. What is L? I got AX by A. So I can write this as AX upon A whole square. This is AY upon A whole square. AZ upon A whole square. So this I can write AX square by A square plus AY square by A square plus AZ square by A square. If I take LCM, this I can write AX square plus AY square plus AZ square whole upon A square. Just now I said the magnitude of vector is A root 2. So square it on both sides, get this. That means this value is also is A square upon A square, which is 1. So from this we understand that for any vector, the sum of the squares of the direction cosines is always equal to 1. Very important identity. The same I can write other way as cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is also equal to 1. This I can write 1 minus sine square alpha plus 1 minus sine square beta plus 1 minus sine square gamma is also equal to 1. Same I can write. And therefore, this I can write 3 minus of sine square alpha sine square beta plus sine square gamma is equal to 1. Simply we can write it as sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma is equal to 2. This is another way of writing same. These are all the standard results we should remember. So for any vector, L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1, or cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1, or sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma is equal to 2. So these are the direction questions of a vector. So the direction question, the vector or the question of angles made by given vector at x comma y comma z axis. Let us see an application on this. Suppose we have two vectors at L1 comma M1 comma N1 are direction cosines of A bar, and L2 comma M2 comma N2 are direction cosines of B bar. So they'll ask you what is the angle between the vectors A bar and B bar. We need to write in terms of direction cosines. So let's take this A bar as AXI cap plus AYJ cap plus AZK cap, and B bar is BXI cap plus BYJ cap plus BZK cap. So now let me find out what is A bar dot B bar. We all know A bar, if you take dot product I dot I1, J dot J1, K dot K1. So simply I take AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. Let's divide with AB on both sides. I'm just dividing with AB. So A bar dot B bar by mod A mod B is cos theta. So that means this will become cos theta. So this I can write AX by A times BX by B. So just divide every term with AB now. Similarly, I can write AY by A times BY by B. Similarly, AZ by A times BZ by B. But what is AX by A? We know L1. So simply I can write this cos theta is equal to L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. So theta is cos inverse of L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. So this is the angle between the two vectors. In terms of direction cosines, we can find out. Sometimes they say that suppose if A bar perpendicular to B bar, brackets. The moment I say A bar perpendicular to B bar, what is theta? Theta is equal to 90 degrees. So what is cos 90 is 0. So we can write cos 90 is L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. So from this we understand that for two perpendicular vectors, so M1 M2 plus N1 N2 is equal to 0. A very, very important identity. If the two vectors are perpendicular, the product of their direction cosine sum is always equal to 0. So this is regarding the direction cosines. So in this I explained what are direction cosines, how to write the direction cosines of a vector, all that. So whenever a vector is given, you can simply take L as Ax by A, M as Ay by A, and N as Az by A. So that's how we write the direction cosines. Now let's move on to very important theorem, that is Lamis theorem. What is this Lamis theorem is all about? Let us read the statement. Three coplanar forces acting at a point keep it in equilibrium, and each force is proportional to the sine of angle between the other two forces. Let's take a point. I am taking three coplanar forces. Let me take this force as some P, this force as some Q, and this force as R. There is a point, and this point is in equilibrium. So let us take the angle between Q, R is alpha, angle between P, R is beta, and angle between these two gamma. Let's take this point as O, for example. Now what Lamis theorem says? Lamis theorem says that force is proportional to the sine of angle between the other two forces. So this P proportional to sine of angle between other force means alpha. Similarly, Q proportional to sine beta. R proportional to sine gamma. Otherwise, we can say this as P by sine alpha is equal to constant. Similarly, Q by sine beta, Q upon sine beta is a constant. Similarly, R by sine gamma is equal to constant. So overall, we can say that P by sine alpha same as Q by sine beta same as R by sine gamma. This is the actual statement of Lamis theorem. So what Lamis theorem says, whenever a particle is if it is under equilibrium due to coplanar, remember PQR should lie in the same plane, then the ratio of those three is always equal. Now let us see the proof. What is the proof for Lamis theorem? So we know that, let me take these three are the three sides of a triangle. So there are three vectors. I'm just going to construct a triangle now. See, here I'll draw P bar as it is. This is P bar. Now this is the direction of Q bar. This is Q bar. And if you look at R bar downwards, let me extend this one. This is Q bar. And this R bar is vertically downward. R. We know that from triangular vector addition, if three vectors are in the order, so we know P bar plus Q bar plus R bar is 0. So resultant 0 means then only the body in equilibrium. So whenever the body in equilibrium, we can just take like this. Now here we need to find out the angles. So what I'll do, I'll just extend P bar, I'll extend Q bar, and I'll extend R bar also downward. So if I extend this downward, what happens? Let's see. What is the angle between P bar and Q bar? So now, yeah, I can take angle between P bar and Q bar. This is the angle between P bar and Q bar is. Now this angle P bar Q bar is gamma. So this angle is gamma. Similar angle between Q and R. Q and R is alpha. So this angle is alpha. And P and angle between R and P. R and P is, and this angle is beta. But we know that the total angle is 180 and this angle become pi minus gamma. Similarly, this angle become pi minus alpha and this angle become pi minus beta. Okay. So for our proof, I'll just take this point. Let's take this point as some A, this point as B, and this point as C. I'm just applying sine rule here. What is sine rule says? Using sine rule, I'm writing. Using sine rule. Sine rule says the ratio of any side and sine of angle between the other two sides is a constant. That means if I take the side AB, I need to take this angle. So that means side AB upon sine of pi minus beta. Pi minus beta, which is equal to, if I take the side BC, what is the opposite angle? Sine of pi minus gamma. Sine of pi minus gamma. Similarly, if I take the side AB, I should take the angle. If I take side AB, sine of pi minus alpha. Right. So what does this side AB represent? Side AB represents P bar. So P, the mag length is P. AB is the length of P bar. So magnitude of P bar is AB. Simply AB is equal to P. Sorry, this is A, this is C, right? I'm sorry. AB is this one. So AB is nothing but magnitude of Q bar Q. And if I take BC, nothing but the this is R bar. So magnitude of R bar is a vector, so R. And similarly, AC. AC is nothing but the magnitude of P bar, which is nothing but. So let's substitute those values. So what is AB? Q upon sine 180 minus a sine theta only. Sine beta. And what is BC? BC is R. R by sine gamma. And what is AC? This is AC. So AC by sine. This is AC. AC by AC's value is P. So P upon sine alpha. So that's what I got. So this I can rearrange it as P upon sine alpha is equal to Q upon sine beta is equal to R upon sine gamma. This is the Lamis theorem. So Lamis theorem says that if a particle or a body in equilibrium and action of three coplanar forces, then a force is proportional to sine of angle between the other two forces. So P proportional to sine alpha, Q proportional to sine beta, R proportional to sine gamma. So the ratio is always a constant. Let's say an application of it. So if you understand the Lamis theorem, it is easy for us to solve the problems. Even by resolution also we can solve the problems. For example, let's take, suppose this is theta 1, this is theta 2, and these two threads are right angles. And suppose here in this string, the tension is T1, tension T2. I'm attaching a weight, say mg here. How to apply Lamis theorem for this case? Very simple. So better you draw one parallel line. You draw a parallel line here. If this is theta 1, this also become theta 1, alternate angles. this become theta 1. And clearly understand that this angle is 90 and this also 90. So what Lamis theorem says, since this is an equilibrium, so the ratio of force and the sine of angle between other two. So T1 upon sine 90 plus theta 2. 90 plus theta 2 is equal to T2 upon sine 90 plus theta 1. Sine 90 plus theta 1 is equal to, now there is a weight W is mg is acting. So what is the angle here? 90. So simply W by mg. So if you know theta 1, theta 2 values, we can easily solve them. We go to a numerical problem, we'll understand how to apply. Let's take another example. Suppose I'm just do the same order. Here this angle is given as 30 degrees. This angle is 60. And these two are right angles. And they say that 10 kg weight is suspended and G is given as 10 meter per second square. And you're asked to find out the tension T1, T2. So this problem can be done in two ways, one by resolution, another one by resolution already explained. Now I'm using Lamis theorem and I solve the problem very easily. It is easy when compared to resolution of vectors. As I said earlier, you draw a line here. When you draw a parallel, this angle become 30 degrees. This angle 30, obviously this is 90 and this is 90. Here what is 1 kg weight? So 1 kg weight is nothing but G value, that is 10 Newton. So what is the total weight now? W is 10 into 10, nothing but 100 Newton. This is the downward force. Now let us take the Lamis theorem. So what is T1 upon T1 opposite side sine 120? Sine 120. That is equal to T2 upon what is the total? Sorry, sine. This is 60, right? Sorry, this is 60 degrees. So sine 150. This is sine of 150, 60 plus 90. And T2 upon this total angle is 30 plus 90. Sine 120. That is equal to, this downward force is 100 Newton upon what is this angle? Sine 90. Sine 90. So this is nothing but T1 upon sine 150 is cos 60 by T2 upon sine 120 is cos 30. This is simply 100 because sine 91. So what is T1? T1 is 100 cos 60, 100 times 1 by 2, nothing but 50 Newton. Similarly, T2 is 100 cos 30, 100 times root 3 by 2, nothing but 50 root 3 Newton. So if you understand Lamis theorem, the problems are much easier than resolution of vector. So by using Lamis theorem, you can solve any problem of this kind. So I hope you all understood what is meant by direction cosines of vectors, and again what is meant by Lamis theorem. These are very important applications of dot product, and actually Lamis theorem is all about equilibrium. You can say equilibrium. Hope you all understood my video, and please subscribe if you really like my content, and do not forget to share with your friends, and don't forget to click the bell icon. I wish you happy physics learning. Thanks for watching. This is your Venkatesh Pandit.